I had a bunch of different artistic endeavors as a kid, and magic was kind of a passion of mine for a while.
I mean, is anyone else in your family into magic, or is this just sort of your own thing that you came upon?
It was just my own thing. It was literally like a kid walking down the street, noticing a magic store, walking in, buying your first magic trick, and being completely absorbed into that world. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a big fan of Harry Houdini as a child, and I studied kind of his grand illusions. And I remember I made a makeshift straitjacket out of one of my dad's like oversized, just like button-up shirts. But I wore it backwards, so the buttons were in the back, and then the sleeves were too long, so they tied my hands up like this. Mm-hmm. And then I put chains around my ankles, and I put myself into my toy box and had them put the lid over me. And this was all my idea, by the way. And I would like do it in front of my family members, and I got out of it somehow. I was really intrigued by like escapism. Like
what age were you?
I was like 9 or 10.
That's fascinating.
And then I was like, okay, Mom and Dad, now I want to do that. I want you to throw me in the pool. And they were like, no.
So at what point from just doing maybe card tricks on your own or with these disappearing acts with your family or the chains, did you then get the confidence to do it in front of a crowd? Because that seems like it would be a pivotal moment probably for you.
Yeah, it was kind of working my way up, I feel like, in crowds. I remember my first magic show was a kid's birthday party. And I had practiced all my tricks, and I had my podium with my logo on it, which was like a G with bunny ears. It said Magic by Garrett. I had like this really rad card shirt I got from Goodwill, but it was like kind of like the silk Vegas dealer shirt. Mm-hmm. And so I was looking fly. I had the whole stage set up and everything. And then before my mom was about to drive into the gig, I was like totally, I just remember shutting down and being like, Mom, I can't do it. I'm way too nervous. And she's like, no, you got this. Like you can totally do it. Like you can do magic like it's in your sleep, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I went there, I did the gig, the crowd roared of probably 10 6-year-olds, and it was great. And that was like a moment that I was like, oh yeah, totally, I can do this. This is awesome. Yeah. It was kind of my first actual experience as a frontman, looking back at it, doing kids' birthday parties and stuff like that. I'd always like performing for different age groups and different people, because I would always learn a lot from people. That's another thing I really liked about it. Especially performing in a restaurant, you learn so much about people, and some people that didn't want anything to do with it. They're like, what are you trying to, what? Like, I'm a kid like walking up to your table with a bag, like some weird ambiguous black bag, and I'm like, hi guys, how you doing tonight? And they're like, what are you trying to sell us right now?
Well, I'm sure they didn't take you seriously because you were so little.
Yeah. And they're like, sorry, no, we don't want anything to do with that. And then like another table would accept it, and I would do magic for them, and then they'd be like, oh, actually, come over here, show us a trick.
So what about, does magic make you a better performer, do you think? You said it was your first frontman gig, so how does it affect you being a frontman now?
I think I still get the same thrill from it, to be honest. Being on stage and entertaining a crowd of people and kind of being able to, there's a call and answer between a performer and an audience, you know? It's like a conversation going on, but there's also, you know, there's also a point where an audience wants to be told what to do, or they want you to control them, you know, and I think there's a lot of that in both. I feel like in a way music and magic are kind of synonymous, because you're watching someone kind of produce these pretty mystical sound waves out of these weird instruments, you know, and they're affecting you emotionally, and you don't really know what's coming next, you know? Yeah.
Cool.
I have so much magic. I have like boxes of it at my house I need to go through. Yeah.
Do you bring it on the road with you?
No, but I should.
You should, yeah.
I should start doing that. But cool. It's funny bringing back these memories, because I haven't even talked about them in so long. But it was such a moment, you know, in time. So thanks for bringing it out of me, Selena.
Yeah.